Hi there, in this hot weather, if your compressor fridge keeps randomly turning off or not cooling properly, showing error codes like these, don't panic. Today we're diving into one of the most common yet often overlooked issues that cause this and how to solve it, so stick with us.
Don't forget to check out our other videos on everything campervan and motorhome related, from solar to water, heating to gadgets, tyres to trips. If you like this video, please do hit the thumbs up, it really does help me to know what you like, and you can ask any questions or give feedback in the comments. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of our future videos, please hit the subscribe button, and clicking the bell will give you a notification when a new video goes live. Finally, if you do decide to hit the thumbs down, it would be great if you could also leave a comment so I know what you didn't like.
So your fridge has shut down, your drinks are getting warm and your food is going off. The only hint you have is an error code or flashing LED indicator. Why does it happen? Sometimes even with a fully charged battery, and how can you help prevent it from ruining your road trip or camping adventure? We'll be breaking it all down in simple terms and showing you with one of our real life tests what's going on, and sharing how you can keep your fridge running cold and smooth. So let's get on with it.
This video is specifically about 12 volt compressor fridges. If you've got a 3-way mains 12 volt LPG absorption fridge, you may find our other video linked at the top and in the video description more useful. Most compressor fridges and freezers come with a great bit of functionality to stop your battery going completely flat. When the voltage at the unit drops below a certain level, it will switch off until something has recharged the battery. This prevents you having problems with a flat battery. Most fridges will indicate why they have shut down with an error code either on the display or with a flashing LED, and your manual will help decode this. Some fridges have different settings for this cutoff, so if you're seeing this error, that's the first place to begin. The highest or most sensitive setting is usually designed for when the unit is being powered by the starter battery of a vehicle. This will generally make sure there is always enough power to start the vehicle, so is quite conservative. Remember, those shut-off voltages are when the battery is under load, so maybe lower than you would expect to see. If you have your fridge connected to a leisure battery, the high setting may be too sensitive, and you could safely lower it to medium or even low to get longer runtime before the fridge decides it should shut off to save battery power. Quite often we hear from viewers that have a fridge that is shutting off even when their battery monitor is showing their battery is well above the cutoff limit. The first thing to mention here is that some low-cost battery voltage meters aren't very accurate, so they may be a little bit of a difference to start with, but also depending on how you have them wired, they are generally measuring the voltage close to the battery, whereas the fridge is detecting the voltage at the fridge itself, which can be different. Even with good sized cables, due to their internal resistance, you can always expect some drop in voltage, and with poorly sized cabling, particularly over long lengths, that voltage drop could be really significant, making your fridge think the battery is low when in fact it's fine. Don't forget that it's not just the cable from the socket to the fridge you need to worry about, it's all the way from the battery. So if the cable to the socket is undersized, even if you're using the recommended cable that came with the fridge from the socket, you can still get too much voltage drop at the fridge. Fridge manufacturers often provide the sizing of cable that needs to be used for different run lengths in the manual. This is always the best thing to consider, and the expectation is it should be that size of cable all the way from the battery. Let's do a quick real life experiment to see this issue in action. So we have our current favourite chest fridge freezer, the Mudiro 35. You'll be able to see a full review of this in our next video, which I'll add a link to as soon as it's live, but I've also included the product link in the description of this video too. As we can see, it's wired to our AllPowers R600 power station. You can also check out the review of this, linked here and in the video description. And we have our Coulomb meter to measure the current and voltage near the power source. This is showing the output of the R600 to be 12.5 volts. To simulate some undersized wiring, we've added in an extra length of cable, and to take this to the extreme, we're using some pretty thin stuff. We're then using the cable provided with the fridge for that final connection. Right, let's lower the temperature of the fridge so that the compressor kicks in. This is indicated when the snowflake appears on the display. We can see that this pulls around 3 amps and the voltage close to the battery drops to 12.1 volts. But the voltage at the fridge, as shown in the app, is only around 11 volts. We've got the battery protection set on low at the moment, so it's not reaching the cutoff voltage, but you can see the difference in voltage that that thin cable makes. Now we're going to do that experiment again, but this time we're going to have the battery protection set to high. Again, we'll set the temperature of the fridge lower so the compressor kicks in. And as you can see, pretty much as soon as that compressor starts, the error 1 code appears due to low voltage at the fridge. Because that voltage is being lost in the cable when it's under load, the healthy reading at the power pack or battery is what often causes the confusion in why the fridge has shut down. It's not that the battery is low, it's that the voltage at the fridge is too low because of the cable. Now we're going to do the same thing, but with an extra core of cable connected on both the positive and the negative side. So we've effectively doubled the thickness of that cable. And now we can see that the voltage in the fridge shown at the app doesn't drop below 11.5 volts. So now if we pop the battery protection to high again with exactly the same power source, just thicker cables, the fridge no longer shuts down when the compressor kicks in. So if you experience your fridge shutting down and the error code suggests low voltage, don't assume it's a problem with your battery. Check the battery protection settings are appropriate for the battery you're using and that the cabling used all the way from the power source to the fridge is appropriately sized. Thanks for watching our video, and as always, if you have any questions or feedback, please pop them in the comments below. If you find the video useful, please like, share and consider subscribing.